Game 1 of Liquid versus NP. It's quickly devolving here at the Moondog HQ, but Liquid hot off their 2-0 victory against the likes of Escape Gaming. Now they have more formidable opponents, perhaps.
Oh, you can turn your pets into gems, guys.
What?
That's what that link is.
Are you playing Strife? What are you doing?
Please don't do this. Not now.
Not now. Anytime but now.
Why does their ad video look like it was shot in 1970? Do you guys see this?
I mean, the website's called lifegem.com. It can't be that great.
Wait, what is this?
I'm doing it, guys.
Read the
Slacks.
testimonial at the beginning.
Slacks,
Put it up
let's make
there,
a pact.
Zachary.
We
Fuck
both
it.
go into the same
No
gem
one cares
together.
about the
Wait,
draft.
let me
Alright.
read this. Life Gem, an authentic diamond created from the ashes of your loved one as a memorial to their unique and wonderful life. That's what it is.
Slacks.
Yeah.
You think you and I can fit in one, bro?
Dude, I'll fucking life gem.
Yo, you
with
guys think we could get a Fat Life Gem sponsorship?
Dude,
Let's get a-
all of Moonduck should be put into one life
Yeah,
gem,
one
and then we'll mail it to BTS.
That's a company.
What do you think?
Oh, jeez.
We'll FedEx it over. We'll all take our lives and then become one life gem. What do you think, guys?
This is the worst suicide
Suicide
pact
pact!
ever.
I feel we've gone too far.
This is the Moonduck version of Saw, and it's
That'll show
notably
them.
worse.
That'll show them.
All right.
You
Well,
did this, LD. You did this.
All right, you animals.
I think it's time to get into the draft, huh?
All right, this time we're actually skipping Dota for bullshit. Let's go.
First pick Timber Saw. Suns fan called that, but hey, a first pick Wisp. We've actually seen not
Hey, Wispy.
Kept
Great.
Warlock
banned
still
out.
available? I bet they're gonna answer with a Warlock.
much of that. Yeah, he is. He is.
Well, Wisp first ban, usually first round ban. We get a first round pick here. Very meta hero right now. A lot of different uses, and yeah, that's as meta as it gets.
So
I told
far.
you guys we should have done 30 bans.
But hey, Arc Warden banned out right away. Pit Lord still available.
Go NP, pick Pit Lord.
Woo!
Hey, Mojo played a pretty good Pit Lord last time.
Yeah, I mean,
He had a lot of clutch saves. He had a couple cool offensive plays. That was actually one of the best. No.
The real question is, will SVG get inside of the ultimate this time
Yes.
and not be left
Inside.
behind?
He played Jakiro last time, right?
Yeah.
That was the thing. Yeah, the Jakiro left behind.
It was beautiful.
So expecting to be off lane Underlord, quite possibly dual lane of some sort. Still a lot of good options here. We've talked about like Underlord Undying, honestly Underlord plus almost anyone is pretty good.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Veno. What are you doing over there?
he's really invested in
I
Life
think
Gem.
Lord
he's reading
plus
something else and then just
anyone.
making noises. Like
He's definitely at Life Gem
Oh,
website.
no, not Centaur, please.
Wow, that's a
Why?
ban on Centaur? What?
I mean, that's actually the hero they played with Underlord last
yeah,
time.
that makes sense.
And it was disgusting. It was really, really good.
Disgusting, you say.
Dude, it was. You see those stampedes?
Have you looked in the mirror any time today?
Oh, come on now.
Jesus, he's on
I'm
fire.
sorry, I'm so savage today.
He's sleep
That's what
deprived.
happens when I'm deliriously tired. I apologize. Carl's Jr., anyone? Please.
I'm down.
Enchantress, fourth ban for Liquid, and
Can you
it's
put
Ogre
Carl's
McGee.
Jr. in a life gem? Is that possible?
Alright, this is the most basic bitch draft ever coming out
I
from
mean,
Liquid.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Rooting for
Cookie
NP,
cutter.
guys. No bias.
I mean, the most interesting part of this draft is just who the hell's gonna play Io. Is this again? I guess we assume this is gonna be the Kuro, Luna, right? Because he actually said the reasoning, from what I understand, is because it is a very team-centric style. Whenever you go towards it's all based on the core, and the core makes the movement calls and everything. So they felt it made more sense for Kuroki to play the Luna, and that's why Matama Man's playing like Shadow Demon and Io and stuff, because you just have to play around the Luna the whole time. So she needs to be the
Yeah.
in-game leader.
How about a disruptor here for NP, huh?
Yeah.
Disruptor?
Disruptor, great counter to the Wisp initiation. Send got one guy back.
Hey, you know who we
What's
haven't
up?
seen? You talked about him a little.
Sure.
I want to see old Frosty, man. Where's Ancient Apparition been?
Ah, Ancient Apparition.
Has he been picked?
What
I don't
a
think he's been
great
picked in this
hero.
tournament.
I don't think we've seen him picked or banned once.
Oh god, we killed Life
Did we actually?
Wow.
Are you
Guys,
serious?
we
There's
hug
no
of death
way.
lifegem.com. So well done.
Go us.
You're kidding me.
Nope. Try to access it.
Damn it,
Well,
we
they're
can't go to
shitty
our
share
life
for
What do
Just
they
gems
run
now.
on?
Only one serial killer per year goes to lifegem.com until we fucking took her down.
It's probably running on like a Pentium 2 freaking processing server with,
All right.
100 megabytes of RAM.
Well, maybe they'll see all the traffic from our Twitch and contact us for a sponsorship.
Life Gem is definitely. There's going to be at least 5 people from Twitch chat that are
Wait
going
a
to
second.
purchase
If
a
we
Life
got
Gem.
sponsored by LifeGem and they sent us a gem, do you think we would put it on the screen?
Hell yeah.
You know that's a corpse, dude.
Yeah, there's somebody in there.
There's a human being.
It's all good. He did.
All right. Anyway.
All right, Darkseer now for Liquid. Still very cookie cutter.
Well, but they do have the best Darkseer player in the world, so you got to give it up to them. Right?
Universe isn't on Team Liquid.
Hi-oh! Technically, if you
Nice.
look at the stats, Mind Control is better than Universe, statistically.
That's
wise.
heresy.
By what stat? Like win rate or?
I will not stop talking. Right. Look at the stats, and you'll see.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay. Nick's
All right,
Assassin picked up here. Why Nick's? He's usually picked up against something like an OD.
It's a very good
So
hero.
are we looking at like dual off lane here? Nyx Underlord
Nyx
perhaps,
Underlord.
or is this mid Nyx?
I think it's SVG position 4 Nyx.
Okay.
Like 1437 Jakiro.
It's quite
he's super
good
good
against
against
Darkseer.
Darkseer for the combo breaker. You just put out Carapace, mess
Yeah.
up his whole vacuum shit, so he can't like vac wall everyone because you get off the Carapace and then he gets stunned up and everyone gets to walk away first.
Okay. That kind of makes sense to me. Sure. All right, Luna, she's got a lot of burst damage coming her way this game.
Yeah.
And especially the scaling Underlord damage, too, is going to be pretty scary for her. Mm-hmm. We'll see if she can survive to get to kind of that mid-late game. What do you think her chances are, Zyri?
With a Wisp and an Ogre, anything's possible, right? You've got the Bloodlust. We've seen a lot of priority in that spell, so she's fast. She's hard to lock down. She'll probably get an early Hurricane Pike, I would imagine. A lot of mobility there. Plus, you've got the Wisp saves. You've got Surge from Darkseer. I don't know, Select. I feel like she's got a lot of tools to live.
Yeah, she does.
She's got roller skates.
She does. She's pretty quick, too. Fastest move speed, right, of anybody level 1.
Nope, I don't think that's true.
Absolutely.
We're gonna see Dragon Knight for Liquid.
You think so, Sunzy?
Yes.
Why is that, sweet
I
boy?
don't know. I just have a
God
feeling
damn
my
it.
left testicle
No,
today.
it's going to be dual mid Luna Wisp, right?
I don't think so.
No?
I mean, there's your Dragon Knight, but they actually banned
How
that mid
dare
Miracle Beastmaster.
Damn it.
Damn it, boys!
Damn it.
Why is Dragon
Well-
Knight so popular in this tournament, guys?
Well, DK this game would have been good because it helps the push. They banned Death Prophet, which is I think pretty telling. 1v1 just destroys Dragon Knight. And they need another like Bloodlust target as well,
It's also
which I guess
good-
could be a lot of mids.
It's good synergy with Bushin. They got the double dragon strat now, so you can knock down those towers nice and quick.
Well, is it? I guess it is still double dragon, but 3 heads, right?
Yes. 3 heads, 2 dragons.
But technically, that's kind of 2 dragons, because the mind,
They
or
share
the brain
wings,
is
dude.
what
It's
one
one
person
body.
is, right? Yeah, one body. But
Are you telling me Ogre Magi is 2 ogres?
Yeah, kind of.
It's 1 ogre with 2
Well,
heads.
think of it
Holmes.
this way. Okay, think of it this way, Zyori. When conjoined twins, do you consider that 1 or 2 people? Exactly.
Well,
Man,
it's
that was
different
pretty good.
because they're real people and not fictional characters.
it's
Exactly.
not.
Now you feel bad calling them one person, don't you?
Yeah.
Sunsfan
Think of
just
Ogre
won.
Magi. Look at this
It's
fucking
over.
Ogre Magi's
You
face.
want to check your
Just
privilege?
because he looks like he is nothing. I can't say it. Never mind.
PC cop.
Just because he eats Carl's Jr. every day, you're not going to count him as 2 people? Look at that double chin, for God's sake. Glorious double chin.
Gorgeous. Beautiful.
So what's the pick against DK? I think maybe Razor. A little Razor action. That could be okay for Liquid.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I mean, fuck it,
Jabby.
just pick Viper. Go full mod on this B.
Woo!
I'm going to say it again. I love Pugna.
Thank you,
But-
Sons Man.
Probably not going to happen ever.
Is Pugna
apparently.
good here? I don't know. I don't know if it's actually that great this game.
I don't know. It's pretty average.
Yeah.
Nothing special this game, I don't think.
I mean, they also have more conventional mids. You know, Queen of Pain. You could do a core Warlock mid if they were feeling a little bit crazy.
You know, they have 4 melee. Medusa might not be the worst either.
Ooh. Well, against Nyx, though.
That's true. Nyx destroys her. That's true.
So,
Sladar!
I guess
My
it will be
goodness.
Io Luna.
so safe lane Slardar with Ogs McGee and then Io Luna mid.
I like
Think
that. I feel
so.
like they can make a lot of space with that Slardar Darkseer combo. They're gonna run around and make some damage
Hey, I
happen.
just got followed by DOTA Cinnamon on Twitter. Thank
Yes! We did
The,
it,
the only
guys!
other glorious snare will be if this was somehow position 4 Slardar and we got to see the core ogre. But
Ooh.
of course, that's probably not going to happen, sadly.
Core Ogre is quite insane. You probably shouldn't do that. Anyway, so we're about ready to get this thing going. Predictions, boys. Marty, how are you feeling? Or Trent, excuse me.
I think, Pit Lord, good hero. Agi, Luna, seems pretty good to me. I'm gonna go with NP, Atrophy or OP.
All right, Suns fan, any thoughts?
you. Underlord every day of the week.
Okay. Good.
I'm not even picking NP. I'm just picking Underlord.
I'm going to go with the meta picks here. I think Liquid are going to do some work with old Ogre Slardar. You know, it's meta for a reason, baby. It works. You don't need a Shadow Demon to Illusion Ras with a Luna.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Mr. Rue? One snort for Team Liquid? He's gonna be going with NP this game. Very good. All right.
All right, so what do we got here? Lobby is, not full. We are missing a Liquid player. Rutrow.
Oh no! Someone rage quit. No, Annie. All right. Anyway, so we're
They
gonna
said
wait a
they
little
would
bit
take
longer
slacks,
then.
by the way.
Yeah, we've got a moment here. I'm reading the logs.
It's all good. We're catching up on the logs. So in the matchup though, and Liquid, they're coming off of a win though. That makes a difference.
Yeah, but is that really one of those wins where you're like, guys, we're so full of confidence now,
Fuck
or is
no.
that one of those like, thank fuck we didn't have to play a game 3?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
the latter. So MP, who did they lose against?
Wait, we've got a bracket.
EG.
EG.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a team to lose against. So, I don't know, guys. I'm probably looking pretty good for MP in this series so far, but who
And
knows?
they whomped DC in the first round.
Well, DC. Lol. But anyway, I still can't believe we're not seeing those low-tier heroes. I mean, I think the worst hero that we've seen so far is Visage. Pretty depressing.
Still no techies.
Well, we saw
Still-
Gyro.
I didn't see Gyro. But he won. I mean, that was good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
But-
Gyro's a bad hero. He's just, know.
I don't think he's. I mean, he's pretty bad.
no. Don't
He's
feel like
okay. He's okay. I mean, they had Chronosphere, right?
that. Yeah.
They did?
I mean, it was kind of a team fight oriented combo to some degree.
Well, Chrono was on the other side.
Okay.
They did not.
Anti-team fight
All right.
correlation.
You guys want to talk about life gems more?
No.
Dude, yes.
Yeah,
Is
It
the
was-
website
already got
back
it.
up?
Some research.
Okay.
The average human body, when turned into ashes, will produce between like 3 and 10 pounds of ashes, depending on how dense your bones are and how many bones you have, like how much bone you have. So like taller people should produce a lot more. It
Are you
doesn't matter
saying
how fat
big
you are,
boned
because
is
that
a
all
thing?
gets. Well, I mean, Slacks is taller, so he has more bone than somebody
mass.
that's shorter.
True,
And bone density for women, they have less bone density. And then I found that with it was something like 8 ounces of material of ash, you can create multiple diamonds, usually enough for a whole family, is what the website said. So basically, we could like just sacrifice Slacks for the memes
We
and
could
get
be rich.
super good value.
Rich and
So we
Slacks
could sell a
diamonds.
bunch of them to the community, huh?
Your last go away, yeah. Just turn yourself into
Giveaway.
diamonds and sell it.
Giveaway Slacks.
The giveaway.
Exclamation mark Slacks for your chance to win a human diamond. One of
Made out of-
2,000. 1 carat diamonds.
How much does it cost to get gems made on Life Gem?
Who knows? It said that
Okay,
they had
let's-
huge
let's,
demand. which
It
is
stop
costs
at-
you your fucking life. That's
We-
what it costs.
Nice.
Prices your fucking body, you idiots. They kill you.
Your soul gets trapped for eternity on somebody's finger.
Your soul is trapped within the confines of a cursed rock. That's what it costs you. All right, anyway, we should really spend some time supporting our real sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Life
yeah.
Jam.
Life
God, what a great sponsor.
Fractal are like the life gems of the PC industry. Because
Life
they
gem.
hold the soul of your computer.
No, honestly,
Inside.
Shittier
Fractal's one of the cooler sponsors that we've ever had, and I think they'd be up for having a case embedded with some sort of life gem, guys.
Yeah, we could look at that.
Does anybody have a pet that we could use?
Have you ever heard of
Mr. Root.
liquid cooling? We do gem cooling. They pass through the crystal, which contains the souls of 3,000 orphans. This,
Oh, that sounds like a dream.
this is my DOTA PC. There are 10,000 children locked within it.
Jeez, dude, you're like the bad guy from Mortal Kombat 1. He's just sucking up everybody's soul. Shang Tsung, dude.
We can overclock this thing.
God, you guys are.
All right, game
fucking
starting.
animals.
We gotta get out of here,
Yeah,
dude. Can we pass it to casters?
Yeah, we got casters, dude. It's gonna be Mott and that guy Purge. You know him, right, Slacks?
Oh, Purgy Durgy.
Slarky malarkey.
Good old Purge the Merge.
Your caster. Well, life gem out of the way. It's gonna be a Dota 2 game actually happening here. Surprisingly enough, I know we've talked about Splatoon, Smash, life gems, souls. I don't know what else have we talked about. Honestly, it's
A
been
lot
bit
of random
crazy.
stuff. Was that our intro? Are we in now? Is
I
that-
think so. Yeah, we just kind
Oh
of
God,
did
that was
it
the worst.
willy-nilly.
That was actually the worst intro I've
I
ever
know.
received.
Well, see,
And it wasn't
here's
on
the
you for
thing.
once.
I had to switch microphones with Andrew, so it was a little.
Oh, okay.
was
So
a
they
little
had to
iffy.
fill time with a bunch of like random crap.
I
That's kind of
mean,
my fault. I brought us
listen.
back to life gem.
You didn't. You could have just said, "Well, that intro was something else." You didn't have to be mean about it, Kevin. Come on.
That's okay. Flame slacks any chance I get.
That's
it should make
true.
his life gem more valuable or something. You probably get like extra benefits if it's like an angry life gem or something. You know, if the soul is like
Potentially.
tainted in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's like a blood red like life gem from Slacks.
Exactly, and that's what we would facilitate. Anyways, this game should be pretty exciting. NP has been doing quite well. Liquid had an insane series against what's their name, Escape earlier. That was a beautiful game to watch.
Yeah.
And again, Jakiro pretty much first picked in almost every series, or picked in every series for sure. I'm actually happy to see the hero being played more. He has a lot of utility options that other supports don't have. He's naturally very tanky, and yeah, I like him. I used to spam him when Meepo was OP.
Is he just
Good
a
hero.
solid supporter? Or is there any other reason? Is it for the pushing, for liquid fire? Is it dual
Yeah.
breath really good now?
Yep, it's all that stuff basically. He's very, very high HP. He's got 720 HP here, and he's only got 1 Ironwood branch. His strength gain is fantastic. It's 2.3. His int gain is great. The only thing that's bad is his agility gain. But most supports can solve that with like a mech or any. There's tons of item purchases you can get to solve that. Trinkles, stuff like that. Definitely the liquid fire is a big aspect because if you go to a lane and nobody's there, you can take the tower really rapidly, and you also have a great stun. Especially once it's maxed out, you can split push extremely well with Macropyre, just guarantees that a wave dies, and it's a fairly low cooldown ability. Just a lot of really good stuff about the hero. Maybe his team fight's not amazing if you die within the first 15 seconds, but if you stay alive for 20 to 40 seconds, Jakiro is super OP as a support in team fight situations.
So we know you like the Jakiro, but overall, do you like the Radiant draft more in general, or is this, are you looking towards Dire and saying, okay, you've got a Luna, you've got an Io, this is good on the liquid side?
I don't know, Mod. I think I want to keep talking about Jakiro.
All right, let's keep going to Jakiro. I think it's great.
No, I'm just kidding. Underlord plus Jakiro is definitely a very good dual lane, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to do for NP here. Looks like they are going to be remaking, actually. So
All right, we got a
everything we
remake.
just said doesn't matter.
All right, we'll get into the game again.
All right, we gotta go fast.
Well, that's great. No one else heard that. That's unfortunate. Oh, my panel. The Moonduck house it's crazy. Let me just tell you that much. I can't really go any further into the details than that. Anyway,
Hopefully we made fast.
uh-oh.
Purge on this shit.
Robot
We've
Purge.
done already.
What's happening? What do you need, Andrew?
Hello, test.
You're good now. All right. Well, I think we're fine. We're fine. We had to remake Slacks. That's what's happening, and you took your headset off, and now you're not really contributing anything. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I'm supposed to be talking? I thought it was the faster time.
No, you're still muted there, big guy. Let me help
Oh, he's muted. Oh,
People
that's
can't
okay.
even hear me, you fucking idiots. Sitting here. Please have your headset on.
He's browsing Life Gem currently. I can see the laptop next to him. Not
Oh,
really.
God.
Oh God.
When will
Don't
this
bite my finger
cursed
off.
game begin?
This
Please.
actually has been it's been taking a while to get into. We had to wait for the last player for Liquid. We had to get the draft going through, but we're about to get back into the game. So, yeah. This should be a good series. I think we talked about the server issues. It's Lux on the first the first game, I believe. Is that correct, Purge?
Yeah, that's right. Usually the way this is part of the issue with online tournaments. The one reason why they stopped being less popular is just because some teams have a lot of issues playing very different servers. Just especially if your teams are spread. If you don't have a team house, then and you have like 2 people on the west coast of the United States, and then you have 3 people on the east coast, and the people on the west coast might have an extra 40 or 50 ping.
Right.
Which, depending on your lane, can make a huge difference. So, so what we usually do for most online tournaments is a coin flip to decide who gets to spread the servers, and usually whoever wins the coin flip gets their server choice for the first game, and then it alternates. So it should be Liquid giving a big server advantage this series. With that said, though, I think teams have been getting better about playing higher ping, and I think that the ping in Dota 2 has also been just generally decreasing over the last couple of years. So
Yeah.
I don't think this is overall terrible. And I think it's pretty safe to say that I think everybody's excited to watch a little bit more online tournament stuff. Lands can be are maybe a little too abundant finally.
I mean, it was getting to a point, you know, when we first started Dota 2, there were so many different online tournaments. It was hard
Yeah.
to pick and choose. The prize pools weren't really, you know, anything to write home about. But then we got into this phase like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. We had a LAN like every other week, it felt like, you know. And now finally we're getting back into that more. It's more even now. It's definitely a lot more even than it used to be, for sure.
Yeah, it is. And now everybody's like, hey, I can do the same thing I was doing before without having to fly 11 hours in both directions. Yeah, okay, I'm down for more online stuff. So yeah, there's definitely a bit of a swing back towards online things, I think. And the way we structured the tournament was so that NA would play NA at the start and EU would play EU. That way there wouldn't actually be server issues until later in the tournament. So hopefully this is the best way to work this out.
I think it's making the best of a bad situation until we, like you talked about, until pings get down further and further when it comes to, you know, cross countries, cross the ocean. So,
Or until scientists figure out how to make something go faster than the speed of light, right?
yes, which
Am I right, Mom?
probably not looking likely for another couple of years at the
Yeah,
very least.
not really looking likely at all. And even if it was, would they use their effort towards esport tournaments? Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, there might
Actually,
be
they
that
probably
one
would.
scientist
They'd
out
be
there
in
that's
it,
a
but-
really big esport fan. He's just like, I need to fix Dota. or
I mean,
something.
there's got to be some market there for making the internet actually go faster than the speed of light. Surely there is. That would definitely improve the world in many different ways. I'm not even being sarcastic anymore. But yeah, nothing goes faster than the speed of light, guys, except for memes.
Absolutely true. Well said, Purge. You're a poet of your time.
I don't even know if that's true. Can memes go faster than the speed of light? I'd like to think so.
I think so, because memes are dreams, and dreams anything is possible. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I know my memes.
If you believe it, you can beat it.
You guys hear that? No? Okay. We have a bit of a pause again. You know, I feel like we're just never going to get in this game. He's joining TeamSpeak. We should be good to go now, as we are calling it here. We're going to jump into the game. It is going to be NP versus Liquid, game number 1 here of Elimination Mode, the Losers Bracket Series. Let's see who comes out on top. We've already talked about the Takiro a fair bit. We've talked about both teams, really, and
Hey,
yes.
Yes, this is
they
about
were-
Life Gem.
no, well, I wish they were. I thought they were kidding about that with the comment they just made in game.
Yeah.
But this guy only plays IO. It's like, look at his history. It's like all
Serious?
IO picks.
El Patron Ragnar.
All right, if they on the bright side though, if this guy has to be the stand-in for the next game as well, then they have an IO only player.
And he's not
Playing another
and
role.
he can't get IO.
I think that's the only place that this gets a little shady is if they swap every single game after picks. That'd be fucked up.
Is that allowed? You know what? We'll just figure it out later.
He's
honestly.
played Earthspirit and ranked as well though.
I
Plays
see.
Rubik sometimes. Earthspirit and IO, basically, with an occasional Rubik. Yeah, he actually only plays 3 heroes, based on his last games in the last 5 days.
Are you actually? That's actually a thing. Are you joking? or
Yeah,
is that
I'm
serious?
literally looking at his profile right now. It's literally all IO Earthspirit games. Once in a while, and then occasionally he plays a couple Rubiks here and there, but it's like 70-80% IO.
I mean, I have a very big
20%.
He's gonna have to impress
Or
us with
respect.
this IO if he's like an IO only player.
Dude, I mean, he's got to be good, surely.
Yeah, I would
If he's on
imagine.
Liquid right now,
Yeah,
if he's standing in.
Well, we'll see. He's gonna be up at the top rune spot. Miracle will take that bounty rune to start things off, and it looks like he'll head towards that mid lane. It's the mid Slardar, interesting enough for Miracle, and it looks like he'll be going up against the Dragon Knight. Well, what do you think about this matchup in particular? It's not something we see very often, but how interested
It's
are you?
very
in it?
weird.
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty good for Dragon Knight, actually. Most of Slardar's damage is physical, so once Envy gets a couple points in Dragon Blood, any nuke-based damage that Miracle throws at him actually won't be that high.
Right.
On the bright side, it's still a stun. Stuns are great. But against Breathe Fire, I think Dragon Knight's going to be more than fine here. He probably shouldn't die. They both have poor man's shields, so...
Both Quelling Blades as well, so they'll be able to get some good CS. But Miracle already throwing out 2 Slitherine Crushes, just harassing as best as possible. Meanwhile, not surprised, we do see an Underlord dual lane top. They are going to go with the Ignite. There's the Tether move speed. The Dual Breath will come out from SVG. MSS will take a fair bit of damage. He is rather tanky, and now with the Atrophy Aura, he's got 10 bonus damage. And look at this. Kuroki taking a fair bit of damage himself. He'll have to back up and away and get towards his carry and stay towards that creep wave after taking some harass.
Yeah, they have to get good value out of Dual Breath right now, because until they hit level 2, they're not able to match up against the tri-lane, and that's one of the really nice things about them picking IO this game, is that it gives you really good tri-lane regen support. So against aggressive dual lanes, you can almost always beat somebody out in terms of how much, who runs out of regen first, so they'll start that off. Crow's getting pretty low, though.
Yeah,
this is scary.
that Dual Breath, they need one more right click. Good Fairy Fire coming out from El Patron, and that's going to be the end of it. It looks like the Ignite will go as well. SVG will take some harass. This is a pretty cool, aggressive dual lane coming out from NP. They're doing a lot of damage here.
The biggest problem, though, is that they're not hitting level 2 yet, and Liquid's kind of controlling where the creep wave is. So NP also blocked all of the camps. They blocked both of the small camp with 2 wards, by the way, and they also blocked the large camp. So they pretty much can't do anything in this lane other than get lane experience. So it'll be a little iffy for them. At least by the time they hit 2, they should have a level advantage over their opponents. But if Liquid does a great job in denying, it could actually offset that entirely.
Look at SVG. He barely has any experience whatsoever.
Yeah.
They'll give MSS some solo experience. They'll get up to level 2, but the Ignite will come out. There's the Tether as well. They'll give some right clicks to MSS. He does have 5 points or 5 bonus damage from the Atrophy Aura, but they will body block it. The Fire Blast going as well. This is trouble. MSS might fall. Fairy Fire keeps him up. There's the Pit of Malice coming out, and he might fall. El Patron Ragnar is going to get out. Meanwhile, Kuroki still diving this tower, almost getting it done, but he will not be able to find that last hit. Meanwhile, SVG, he does get the kill. The IO does go down. It's the illusions that pick him off. You've got to be kidding me.
I saw him sending them top when he got the rune. I can't believe he actually got the IO kill, though.
Sad that I didn't see that.
That's incredible.
I was not expecting the illusions to get the kill.
You know what the worst part is? That he's still level 1. He wasn't actually there for experience. So he gets the gold. I mean, that's still really good. He's got boots of speed now, but it's a little disappointing.
Things happen. Gets first blood, so pretty good stuff.
Yeah. With the Pit of Malice pickup, though, it's arguably the best level 2 skill that Underlord can get, because it actually does 100 damage at level 1.
Yep.
Very reminiscent of old Jakiro. So between their dual lane right now, they're sitting pretty nice. If Jakiro can get level 2, level 3, he's got 2 now. They can definitely start killing these dual supports.
MSS is going to deny himself with the 25 bonus damage. Meanwhile, on the off lane, not surprisingly, the Darkseer is getting a hell of a lot. 12 last hits, level 4 currently. This off lane is going way better for Liquid. However, SVG now getting caught again. Ignite is already gone. Fire Blast. Dual Breath will go first. Kuroki's going to run away. There's a creep wave here. They don't want to take too much damage, understandably so. MSS will TP in, but he's not close enough to get off the Pit of Malice. Another Fire Blast will go. They'll turn their attention. Here comes the Pit of Malice. Look at that damage. Kuroki really wants this kill. The Dual Breath will come. He might stay alive. He will not. He doesn't have stick charges. He's already used them. Another Firestorm coming out. It's not enough to bring down this IO. Level 1 Firestorm's damage is not really that great. Matumba Man going to work now. This Atrophy Aura is crushing it. They will finally get the Tether. The overcharge as well, and with that, and maybe potentially another Lucent Beam, they can get this. However, it's on cooldown. He will finally get the Pit of Malice up, but he does fall in the end. The Liquid Fire might bring down the IO. He's so low. One more tick and he will fall. Matumba Man getting turned on now, and SVG, without another Dual Breath, he will not
and
get
be in trouble
kill.
mid too, being chased here. I guess he's going to be just fine, but this dual lane aggressively is pretty fun to watch, that's for sure. This is maybe
feel like they're getting kind of killed too often potentially on NP side.
Kind
or do
of.
you think they're getting
It's a trade. I kind of agree. On the bright side, though, I think trading their deaths with the enemy support deaths are huge, especially against IO. If you can get that hero behind, it makes a big difference, just because way less levels, way less farm. You know, items on IO are actually really important. If you can get a mech fast or earn bottle, all that stuff can change how tanky your cores are later in the game. So them trading kills with their opponents, as long as they're buying out, I think it definitely is better for NP at the moment.
Miracle, Breathe Fire, rotation mid. It's going to be the Jakiro. He has Dual Breath. Liquid Fire will go first. There's the Dual Breath. He has popped the Sprint in Envy without his Elder Dragon form. Can't get that Dragon Tail on time. Meanwhile, 1437 in the river. Kuroki and Mind Control will spot him, and they're going to go for this kill. It looks like they're on both sides of the river. He has no idea right now. He's actually blind. That's sketchy for 1437.
He's going to be fine, probably. Looks like they're eventually giving up.
They couldn't get down to the river. That's the unfortunate part for them. But
they could stun. Oh, this is Dead Miracle. He really
going to get caught. Dragon Tail Impale. Ice Path not even really needed. And 1437 finds himself the kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane Mind Control is going to have to surge away. His AUI 2000 did a lot of damage there just with 1 point of that Whirling Death, Chakraman, Timber Chain.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake there by Miracle. I can't believe he came up. Maybe he just assumed Dragon Knight wasn't 6, I think, because he
Wrap
wasn't
around.
6.
Impale, nicely used from 1437, and they have a Dragon Tail ready as well. They pop it off. Dual Breath, not even really needed, and Envy's going to find himself another kill going his way. Now TP's. Miracle misses out on the Slithering Crush against AUI 2000, has 15 stacks of the reactive armor. They are just right now 4-manning, and they're taking down the tower rather easily.
I love how they're playing this. As soon as Envy hits 6 there, AUI rotates from the safe lane. They do this huge show of force, and what this does is completely limits Liquid's ability to farm on the map. With the mid tower being dead at 6 minutes, where does Miracle get his Blink Dagger now?
Right. Might have to be in the jungle. He's not even level 6 yet. Miracle actually getting a little bit behind in experience as well. Meanwhile, top lane Eclipse, that will get them a solo kill onto MSS, so he gets caught out, and Matumba Man gets a bit more farm for himself.
Yeah, that's the one person on Liquid that's doing amazing this game. It's Matumba. Hasn't died in the tri-lane, has been around for a bunch of kills. Huge pickup, especially with the Eclipse. As soon as he got it, instantly gets a kill. So it'll be off cooldown even faster for the next fight. And another player that's kind of gimped on MP is actually Nyx Assassin. He did a great job rotating for the last couple engagements on the mid lane, but he's only level 3 here at 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, the experience for this Nyx Assassin's a bit low, but look at the Iowa as well as the Ogre. They're both pretty low in experience. Meanwhile, down bottom, AUI 2000, Shotgun will go. He's got the level 1 Timber Chain. He's going to use it. He's doing a lot of damage here, and they can't bring him down. Again, with the 20 stacks of reactive armor, it's just not possible.
He's misusing his skills a little bit, though. He messed up his Chakram there, and he misses Whirling Death, so he's got to execute a little bit better.
This
as he
should
gets
be a
surrounded.
gank that works, though. 4 heroes, the Lucid Beam, they rotate down Matumba Man. I do not see AUI getting out of here. He gets stunned as the Timber Chain goes, and Mind Control will find himself a pick.
Yeah, another mistake he made there is he didn't aggro the creeps to himself, so by the time the fight actually started, he only had about 7 stacks on himself. Whereas instead, if he just... I guess there's no enemy heroes on the map, that's maybe the issue.
Right.
He couldn't aggro the creeps because there was nobody to right-click on, but yeah, AOI does go down, probably thinking he could survive that kind of pressure. Normally, carries will just ditch the safe lane for reasons like this, because they do expect these kills, but he thought he could get away with it, and he didn't.
Yeah, this is going to give some extra experience and gold going the way of Miracle. We talked about, well, his mid-tier 1 tower is gone, but now with the amplified damage up, you know, he's got a while away before he gets that Blink Dagger. Now mass TPs, they want to take the tier 1 tower and trade, or at least defend bottom, no trade necessary. Timber Chain coming in, and Liquid back up all things towards their tier 1 tower, at least into the jungle now. They cannot take this fight. They do not want to take this fight, and they'll back away for the time being.
Nyx gets spotted here. This is pretty bad for him, actually. Could they Eclipse?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have it.
Bit of Malice. They don't have Eclipse. The Lucian Beam going. Slithering Crush, but there's the Spike Carapace. Good Ice Path coming in as well. The Chakram. There's a lot of heroes. It's 4 versus 5. Actually, it's 3 versus 5. The DK's not here right now. NP have to be very careful with how they approach this next fight. And it looks like they will just back away now. And Liquid will TP up Matumba Man, but that's it. Nice gank coming out.
Yeah, their damage is really low on NP's side right now. Like I said, under-leveled on Nyx. Not that he really makes up for that much damage, but Timbersaw has 4 points in reactive armor. They've got a Jakiro who's got 3 points in liquid fire. It's not a good damage skill. It's a moderate to slight damage skill. They just don't have good damage right now. It's that straightforward. They're great at pushing, but really their best damage skill is Firestorm right now.
Yeah, that's not even that great, honestly. Miracle's ready to go mid, by the way. They've rotated double damage rune for the Slaughter, but it's about to dissipate. Sprint in, the Fire Blast will come first, and now MSS knows he's in trouble. Great Impale, but I don't think he will survive this. It's going to be close. Spike Carapace, 1437 might even give his life away here, and he probably will. With the Tether move speed, the Slithering Crush ready to go. They will find a second pickoff, and just solid movement from Liquid going from one lane to the other and finding 2 pickoffs.
So this is definitely the biggest issue with NP's draft in that they did get some early towers, but now they're really lacking in experience. And what might have been better, I think they actually did go too heavily into defensive, but they're not stopping. Dragon Knight as well. Maxed out Dragon Blood.
Oh, that's not going to work. The Lucid Beam should be there, and it will be. Envy TP's in a very precarious position. I don't see him surviving this. He buys out his Ring of Health. He's bought a TP, but I just do not see him getting out. His Iron Talon is doing the best that it possibly can. He's actually cutting his way through. Are they not going to find him? Oh my god, they won't find him. He actually goes into an alcove in the tree line and he makes it out.
Amazing.
The scan is not there either. There's no way. I thought he was going to die for sure.
Super well played by Envy there. He just knew the trees a little bit better than his opponents there. And also a great Quelling Blade usage from Matumba Man. That's why most range carries are buying that item right now. Just because it gets you from place to place faster, and you can do tricky things like that by being able to cut trees.
Yeah. And he would have not even been close to getting that kill had he not had that item. But all of a sudden, Mirko is actually up to 1,900 gold now, Purge. He's just about at that Blink Dagger, pretty much suddenly.
Yeah, those gank rotations that Liquid's been doing have been genuinely amazing. Really solid ganks from them around the map to guarantee that despite losing towers, they still get advantage. If NP just hadn't died those few times, though, they would be at a massive lead, and instead, they probably have some gold advantage, but they don't have experience advantage. Yeah, and that's kind of the case, it looks like.
Yeah, if they can get some levels going their way, I mean, the Nyx is still level 4. You were just talking about this. I mean, he doesn't even have Vendetta. He's not even close. Otherwise, you talked about the Timber Saw and his 4 points in reactive armor. He finally has that 2nd point in Timber Chain, but his damage is pretty much minimal right now.
It'll get there eventually, though. I mean, NP still does have amazing split push between Jakiro as well as Dragonite. Either of those heroes hitting your tower uncontested will kill it. But NP can continue to farm across the map. The only person that's, like we said, really gimped, Nyx Assassin. But every time Underlord comes up a creep wave, he casts Firestorm and he gets probably 2 to 3 of those creeps, and then he can just leave. And that's the nice thing about the hero.
Yep.
I do like how they're doing this. So Underlord came forward, cast Firestorm on the creep wave, then Nyx Assassin approached the creep wave while Underlord left. That way it dies rapidly. Nobody is going to be liable to die, and then Nyx Assassin gets a full creep wave experience. Little tricks like that to accelerate the Nyx are exactly what MP needs right now, because once Nyx hits 6, then he plays his game as a very, I'm literally just here to set up ganks. And until that happens, they don't have a tool that does that. So getting Nyx 6 is really important, and he finally picks it up.
I don't want to make it sound like, it's only the Nyx Assassin that's low on experience. I mean, they just got 6 in the IO, and the Ogre's still not quite there either. So there's some experience issues for a lot of the supports in this game right now.
But Ogre's completely different, he's fine not being 6. Obviously, having multicast can be nice, but when he's only got level 1 Ignite and level 1 Fire Blast, it's very, very minor increase.
Right, very true. Now the smoke will come out here from the NP side. And let's see where they decide to head, as MSS is trying to finish up what I imagine to be a mech to start things off. AY 2000 down bottom, could be baiting, could just be pushing out the creep wave. Currently, everybody else from the side of Liquid is up here in this jungle, with the exception of Kuroki, who's behind the tier 2 tower. So I don't know if they're going to find anything here.
Yeah, they are looking for kills a little bit. Miracle's spotting around. It's basically Miracle looking for kills, and they've got Relocate ready for Eclipse if needed. So that's why it's just Miracle roaming around solo. It looks a little bizarre. And then in the meantime, Io gets full farm from the creep wave, and Matumbo Man will get full farm from the jungle. It's also maxing out Glaives very well. This is the best skill build on Luna you can do. Just 1 point in the passive is important, the Lunar Blessing. That way you can have Glaives maxed before you hit 11. Because if you don't have it maxed by 10, then you're not going to get it maxed out until like level 12, which is a huge difference in time. So this massively increases the farming speed. Great deny there by Kuro, but
yeah, he gets it off, but he might die for this Dragon Tail. They have it ready for Envy. He's not using it just yet. Kuroki, there it goes finally. Chakram not on point. But with the Liquid Fire, of course, the macro power in the ground, and MSS coming in with the Firestorm, it's more than enough damage to get the kill. So he does get it denied, but they're going to push to the tier 3 tower right now. They're going to force rotations back here, Purge.
They've got 2 hoods as well. Timbersaw and Dragonite both have that survivability, so DK is actually very difficult for Liquid to kill at the moment.
Look how much tower damage they are doing right now.
They have 2 great heroes for Dragons, man. They kill towers.
Miracle wrap around from behind. Looks like they might want to go with a relocate here momentarily. Tier 3 tower's gone though, and just like that, that's a lot of gold going for NP, and that maybe could have been dealt with earlier. Miracle's still sitting behind. He's walking up. He's going to look for a Saloon Crush. He'll find it on the next assassin. He's got Vendetta. They miss off the Pit of Malice, but it gets perfectly on the relocate. The Pit of Malice lands beautifully. Luna's forced to buy back, and all of a sudden at 14 minutes in, this is becoming troublesome. More so than troublesome even. Miracle, nice double Slithering Crush. They don't have their Elder Dragon Form. Good backing wall to fall. Pit of Malice. No, it's Firestorm first. SVG has to pop the wand charge. Now the Pit of Malice comes out. Mind Control will pick up 1 kill though. They'll turn their attention towards Miracle if they can. And they get brought back by the Dark Rift beautifully. They'll only lose SVG on that Jakiro. What a fight coming out from NP.
No kidding. And there was a buyback on Luna for that one. It was completely worth it. I maybe would have liked Envy attacking each of the barracks once and then focusing on range, just so that the Corrosive did full damage to both. But other than that, the fact that they got a buyback and a teamfight win and a tier 3 tower to that was amazing. So this is very reminiscent of when NP played yesterday, and they had Death Prophet, and he went for a pipe, and they had a Spectre. But the difference this game is that both of their cores are ready to fight early. So this draft is working out amazingly for them. They can hit this timing where even if they know they're going to lose the late game against a hero like a Luna, it doesn't matter, because they can just take Raxes at the 15 to 20 minute mark.
Exactly. And the biggest thing, which you already touched on, is that Luna buyback. This early on in the game, you don't lose as much, I feel like, but it's still significant in that she loses some gold. Obviously, the gold buyback penalty coming out, it's tough, I feel like, for Luna now. Yeah,
especially, I mean, it's crazy to say this, but they could actually die back their Luna right now. And if it happens, if she dies in the next push, she can't buy back, and she's dead for an extra 20 or 30 seconds.
Yep.
That could be the difference in just an instant racks.
Miracle, do they have detection here? This is very dangerous. No sentry down. Elder Dragon 4
Oh, they
coming in.
smoked. It got broken almost immediately.
Courier might fall. They're going to see this smoke, though, and they will know something's up. The Vendetta's going to scout this out. Mind Control getting caught. There's the Spike Carapace, missed the Impale. On the other side, you can see Miracle has to back up in a way. The Pit of Malice is there. Nothing happening so far. Macropyres drop down. You can see El Patron is actually getting caught by Envy. The Dragon Tail will go. He does have a tether, and he will be able to use it. Jump in, Slithering Crush onto the Nyx Assassin. But this is it. They can't find anything else. And meanwhile, they've taken down the range racks, and Envy and AUI are going for the melee. Look at what Liquid can do. They're just sitting on the side. They're not even getting anything done. They have Vacuum Wall back up and ready to go. But AUI bodyguarding the rest of his team. Yes, they might find the Nyx Assassin, and they will with Mind Control. But another Pit of Malice. The Firestorm coming out. Kuroki getting low. Now getting right click down. Vacuum comes in. No wall follow-up. AUI 2000 still so tanky. Mind Control Chakram will bring him down with one more right click. Envy finds himself a double kill. The stun. They might find the IO next as well. Jumping in another good Severe Crush. Relocate out, but AUI's following him the entire time. And another Pit of Malice is there. The Chakram. See you later, IO. You're done. The Eclipse is going to come out, but it's too little. Too late potentially from Matumba Man. It is doing a fair bit of damage here. You can see that some of these heroes are getting rather low. But Matumba Man is going to go down. Dead for 56. No buyback. You could call it a dieback. 4 dead at 17 minutes into this game. Liquid might have stifled the push, however. Now the Slithering Crush coming out, but it's not enough to bring anybody down. This melee racks will not fall, but it gets low. Here comes the Dark Rift, and they're going to get everybody out just in time from MSS.
Yeah, definitely the safe thing to do. Even though they didn't kill the barracks, and they maybe could have there, the safe thing to do is just to leave. They've got 4 heroes respawning. Yes, the Luna is dead for another 30. They could have taken advantage of that, but they already won a massive fight on their side. Like, they're going to start on their next items now. There's an Ogre Club on the Dragon Knight. Underlord's got 1200 past his mechanism. If he gets Greaves as well, that's going to change everything. Simply for the fact that the cooldown will be much lower on his mech. They already are overpowering their opponents in these early engagements, and just something like that can end the game.
Liquid didn't get anything out of that fight. They maybe got 1 kill on the Nyx Assassin, and that's it. You're just not getting money because you're not farming, you're not getting kills. You're going to try to find the Nyx, it looks like, with the sprint coming in. SVG, he'll be the one. Relocate in, he's in trouble, he needs help. He's got the Veil, he's going to drop the Ice Path. The Macro Pyre will go next as well. Mind Control, staying alive as best as he can. The mech will go first. Let's Slithering Crush on to 3. Here comes the Pit of Malice, and looks like they will lose Mind Control first and foremost. Kuroki might be next. Relocate's done. They want Miracle, they want El Patron. They can't decide who to go on, and finally they will get a double kill for AUI, bringing down that poor IO. Another Slithering Crush coming in, nicely done, but they can still chase after Kuroki, or they can turn their attention to that bottom lane, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Oh man.
Dude, I just love how they're playing this game. They're playing Dota more as like a let's not do a safe draft. Let's do something that fits frickin' elimination mode. We're gonna go all in push in the first game when they have ping advantage, because that's what's going on. Liquid has lower ping this game, so NP is adjusting their draft. That they did something very similar to this yesterday, but they lost with it because they were a little too greedy. This game they went all in. They did an aggressive dual lane. They got a barracks at 18 minutes. It's completely paying off.
Meanwhile, mid, Kuroki and Matumba Man will do their best to push. Matumba Man finally finishes up his Dragonlance. It's going to be a nice item, but like you said, that second set of items is coming in for NP. AUI can't really chase down Matumba Man. Meanwhile, they will find the kill on SVG. Although Mind Control getting soloed by 1437, it's not going to be enough. He'll be able to get out.
Mind Control might be able to kill him.
Vacuum back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
he will.
Super dead there, actually. But those 2 deaths are actually massive. When you have this big of a gold advantage, any kill is going to swing things around in a big way. SVG was way too greedy and hit on his side of the map, too, when he died. He TP'd to a tier 2 tower, had a big delay.
Eclipse is ready. Matumba Man might pop it off here. AUI does pop off the cloak. The Hood of Defiance. Here we go. Firestorm. Eclipse is there. It's doing some nice damage. They get off the mech, though. The wall is already down. They're going to Dark Rift, and they want to get out as best as they can. And it looks like that should happen. Vacuum, they almost actually missed
really
one of
good
those heroes. It was so close, but they do get out with the Dark Rift.
It was really well done by Darkseer there. Mind Control almost getting the guaranteed kill on, who was the hero on the right that was going down? I don't know if that was
AUI, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, maybe it would have been a little hard, but it was a good attempt at least. Something they could try to get out of it. They're doing their best to split push as well. Bloodlust is helping this out. Not going to be able to grab Miracle though.
Yeah,
I think 1437 had to just stun there. There's no reason to add up the Vendetta damage. It's 250 bonus. What's more important is guaranteeing the stun so your team can follow up. And if you just stun there from Invis, it would have definitely been a kill.
Absolutely. All right, so Liquid are still in this game. They're hanging on. Matumba Man has been scouted. Ice Path won't connect, and Impale might be what he needs. He has Bloodlust. He's rather speedy, and 1437 won't even attempt it. What I do want to talk about is exactly what you mentioned earlier. This is a higher or a better ping advantage for Liquid in this first game. NP, they will have US East next game, almost certainly, and that means that they're going to already have an advantage in that game. If they can take this game like you talked about, they'll be in a very good position.
Yeah, they really will be. Only got to win 2 of the games, and we are in losers bracket, I believe. So anybody that loses here is completely out. And NP has definitely refined their strats a little bit here. Still grabbing the pushing heroes, but also making sure that they all come online at the same time. Underlord in the back grabs a plate mail as well. If he can finish a Shiva's guard, I feel like this game just kind of ends because it just completely offsets all of the Bloodlust advantage that Liquid has, at least in terms of attack speed.
Honestly, it's tough already to deal with the items that are currently in this game, let alone, like you said, that Shiva's. They have the Veil.
Greaves on Darkseid at least.
Yeah, this is tough. Greaves are there, like you mentioned, but you could watch Mind Control walking in. They don't have protection here. It looks like AUI is a little far up right now. Mind Control with the Iron Shell. Liquid Fire continues to go. Envy does not seem to be really concerned with his full pipe, not to mention Dragon Lance is coming out as well. Mind Control is ready for it. It looks like he's so close to going for that back wall combo. He has got that the Iron Shell. There's the back wall. Third Crush coming out as well. Is there enough damage here? Everybody getting a little good mech coming out from that Underlord. Pit of Malice doing some work to Firestorm as well. Slaughter's getting out for the time being. They relocate him away just to make sure. Kuroki and Mind Control still running at SVG. They want this kill, and they want it desperately. The Fire Blast coming out. Pit of Malice not going to connect there. They will find it this time on the Luna instead. Meanwhile, Chakram, they'll bring down Mind Control again. SVG is somehow still alive and continues to run away from Kuroki, who has now put himself in a very awkward position, getting chased down by Envy. And the Dragon Tail is just not in range. They're close, but Ice Pack's not going to connect either. Meanwhile, back on the other side, you do have Slaughter in trouble. The Chakram, they get off the Impale, they drop the Veil, and your Slaughter is dead for Liquid. It's a mega kill spree for AUI 2000. Down for 40 seconds with a buyback. And again, another great fight for NP.
Dude, the itemization from NP as a whole has just been amazing. I love the Veil that SVG picked up. Almost all the damage on Liquid is countered with a little bit of armor in the early game, at least. That's where Slaughter is really strong. Pipe on top of that covers the Eclipse damage from Luna. The only person whose items I'm not super sold on, maybe the Dragon Lance on Dragon. I wish this would have been a Drum of Endurance instead.
It's so hard to deal with this for Liquid.
Yeah, they're still so far ahead, and as a whole, they're still playing amazing.
Yep.
They just need to stay together, have nobody die. Like, Liquid played that so amazing with their Invis Iron Shell, get them low, and then Vacuum Wall, but they just didn't have enough AoE damage follow-up.
No, did they have Eclipse in that last fight? Well, they didn't use it clearly because it's off cooldown.
They did. Yeah. Really? Oh, they didn't. They must not have used it. Okay.
Dragon Tail coming out. Firestorm. See you later. Great Vacuum again onto 4, but it's just not enough damage, and Miracle will fall instantly after getting that Slithering Crush off. Matumba Man, he's got the IO with him, but Mind Control, no such luck. He's got the Surge. They'll buy back on Miracle. He's ready to go. Mind Control, he'll fall, and he's not got that buyback. Tether relocate, not there in time. He does get out, but not before they lose Matumba Man. Slaughter will fall next. It's a double kill for MSS.
That was a dieback,
4
too.
dead. That's got to be it, Purge.
Dude, amazing game played by NP there. The laning stage was solid. I loved their early rotations to take the mid tower. They had a couple deaths there in the middle, but they completely dominated this game with their picks and the way that they played the game. They didn't give Io a chance to be useful at all because they just didn't play a late game. They didn't give Liquid the possibility of making their Ogre useful at all from a Bloodlust standpoint because they didn't get to use it to abuse farm levels for 20 minutes. Just everything that they did completely exploited what Liquid was trying to do this game, and it instantly shut it down. So amazing play from NP. And now their Wisp players can be forced to play here. That's not a Wisp.
Oh,
even
God.
better advantage.
Oh, no. What is he going to do? Will they switch players?
gotta be Earth
What will they
Spirit.
do, honestly? It's dangerous. I mean, you did say he has 2 other heroes. What? It's Earth Spirit and what else?
Earth Spirit and Rubik, I
All
believe.
right. I mean, there's a chance that either of those heroes gets picked, or maybe NP just bans both.
True.
Now. We'll see. With that, though, that is game number 1 in the books for our last series of the day. It is NP Liquid, an elimination match coming in. We will jump into a quick break, and then we'll, of course, throw it back to our panelists. Suraction Slacks, we've got Zyora, we've got Sunsfan, we've got Mawpex as well, as I believe Capitalist. So we'll see you guys in just a moment. Stick around.